Well, tonight we are also hearing the radio transmissions from that crash.
Dave Puglisi joins us now from Bradley. Dave.
And the Collins Foundation Wings of Freedom event is supposed to give people an opportunity to ride historic planes like the B-17 bomber. Today's flight had 13 passengers and crew members on board. That flight would ultimately crash just off of runway 6. Tonight we're learning more about what happened and some of the heroism involved.
Tower Boeing 93012 is ready for takeoff.
Bradley air traffic controllers can be heard clearing the historic World War II bomber to take off.
Number 012, what's your weight class category?
We're about 44,000 pounds. We don't carry bombs anymore.
The B-17, also known as the Flying Fortress, is owned by Collins Foundation out of Stowe, Massachusetts. 10 passengers and 3 crew members were on board the short 20-minute flight. They were to fly 20 miles east, staying around 2,000 feet in the sky. 5 minutes into the flight, at 9:50 a.m., the pilot would contact the tower to report an issue and ask to return to the field.
What's the reason for coming back?
Got number 4 engine. We'd like to return and blow it out.
Or 012, Roger, you can proceed onto the downwind for runway 6, and you said you need an immediate landing?
When you get a chance, yeah.
The pilot's voice would remain calm as he communicates with air traffic control. The tower gives the pilot permission to land on runway 6.
93012, how's your progress to runway 6?
We're getting there.
The B-17 would circle back to the runway. Witnesses would describe the sights and sounds of what happened next.
Heard a distant rumbling and saw a massive cloud of smoke come from the direction of the airport and feared the worst, that he hadn't made it back.
He was way too low. He was way too low. When I ran over to the field, and actually a guy had turned around in his car and he's like, oh my God, I thought it was going to land on me.
They impacted the instrument landing system stanchions. The plane veered to the right, crossed over a grassy area, crossed over the taxiway, and impacted a de-icing facility.
The plane would burst into flames. 7 people on board the plane would lose their lives. 6 others were taken to the hospital with injuries. There were 2 employees in the de-icing facility at the time of the crash. 1 would sustain injuries. 2 Simsbury firefighters were also on board and survived. A National Guard member on the plane would also survive. He had a broken arm and had burns. He has since been released from the hospital. 1 responding firefighter suffered minor injuries and was treated at the scene. He was part of the massive response involving EMS, the National Guard, and more than 70 local and state police. Now, the NTSB says a preliminary investigation will be completed in the next 7 to 10 days. They're asking anybody who witnessed the event, has photos or video that they feel is important to the investigation, to email them at witness@ntsb.gov. Right now, live at Bradley International Airport, Dave Puglisi, Fox 61 News.